The Lowa Family Massacre, a true crime story. June 2026. The quiet city of Muscatine woke up to a nightmare that would shock the entire United States. What appeared to be an ordinary Monday morning quickly turned into one of the most horrifying family murder cases of the year. Authorities say a 52-year-old man named Ryan Willis McFarland allegedly killed six members of his own family before taking his own life. Investigators described the tragedy as a family annihilation, a rare but devastating crime in which a person wipes out their entire family. Residents of Muscatine had no idea that a deadly chain of events was unfolding around them. Police were first alerted when reports of shooting began, emerging from different locations across the city. As officers responded, they made a horrifying discovery. Inside a family residence, multiple victims were found dead. Among them were adults and children who were known and loved within the community. School officials later confirmed that two of the victims were connected to local schools, making the tragedy even more heartbreaking for the students, teachers, and parents. As police rushed to understand what happened, they learned that the suspected gunman was still alive. Authorities located Ryan Willis McFarland near a riverfront walking trail. At first, officers hoped that they might be able to speak with him and learn what had caused the violence. But before investigators could fully question him, the situation took another tragic turn. McFarland died from a self inflicted gunshot wound. Just when investigators thought they understood the scope of the tragedy, more shocking discoveries were made. Police located two additional victims at separate locations in the city. Both men had been fatally shot. Authorities believe these victims were also relatives of the suspect. The death toll continued to rise, revealing a crime scene far larger than anyone had initially imagined. One question immediately haunted everyone. Why would someone do this? Investigators believe the killings may have stemmed from a domestic dispute. However, the exact motive remains unclear. Friends, neighbors, and community members struggled to understand how a family conflict could escalate into such unimaginable violence. People who knew the victims described feeling of disbelief, sadness, and anger. Many said there had been no public signs that such a tragedy was about to happen. As news spread, grief swept across Muscatine. Schools, businesses, and local organizations began offering support to affected families. Counselors were made available for students and staff struggling to process the tragedy. Vigils and memorial gatherings were organized to honor the victims. Flowers, candles, and handwritten messages appeared across the city as residents tried to comfort one another during one of the darkest moments in the local history. According to experts, family annihilation cases are uncommon but often share disturbing patterns. Many involve domestic conflicts, emotional crisis, financial stress, or relationship breakdowns. Many involve domestic conflicts, emotional crisis, financial stress, or relationship breakdowns. In a large number of cases, the perpetrator ultimately takes their own life after killing the family members. Researchers say these crimes are among the most difficult for investigators and psychologists to understand because they often happen behind closed doors with warning signs visible in the hindsight. Six innocent lives were lost, families were destroyed, a community was left searching for answers. And while investigators continue to piece together exactly what happened, one thing is certain: the Lowa Family Massacre of June 2026 will be remembered as one of the most tragic true crime stories of the year. Behind every headline were real people, real dreams, and real families whose lives changed forever. Sometimes the most terrifying crimes are not committed by strangers, but by the people closest to us. This was the story of the Lowa Family massacre. May the victims rest in peace, and may their families find strength in the difficult days ahead.